Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon, and guess who Ninon is? Yes, I am right here. I'm going to be with you for the next hour. I'm going to introduce you to many, many celebrities of Las Vegas. What do we do with... Hey Lenny, how are you?
I'm an ambassador.
This is the ambassador to Vegas Live with Ninon. It's Lenny Windsor.
Lenny
He won't
Windsor.
stop talking. All he wants to do is talk.
About me.
Yeah.
I want to talk about me.
That's all he loves about himself. But why not? Lenny, how are you?
I'm bloody marvellous. Had a great week this week in Las Vegas. A lot going on. I've been with 702 helicopters, and they have an amazing fleet of helicopters. It's a husband and wife team. They're friendly.
And they're fabulous, and you had a fabulous time there. But I want to know, first of all, before you go
You cut me off.
I definitely cut him off because he'd go ranting. Listen, you just got into Vegas 2 or 3 weeks ago. You've got commercials, you've got Planet Hollywood, you've now got Vegas Live with Ninon.
Oh, stop.
And you've got all this stuff going on. How do you do it? You're not here all the time.
I bribe people.
He pays them.
Yeah, I pay them. I'm so rich. Listen, you know, at the end of the day, if you've got talent, you'll work.
There you go. I don't know why he's working, actually. I'm still trying to find out.
Tonight I'm at Planet Hollywood, as I am most nights.
You were just caught on Planet Hollywood because you do several days there.
Yeah, I do.
And they just
3 or 4
asked you to
nights.
come in again.
Yes, because someone...
Because he's so good.
No, cheap. I'm so cheap.
Well, I would not call him cheap, and I know the guy for many, many years. Actually, we both come from the same hometown in England. It's a little place called Torquay. But it's not so little, is it?
No.
It's a seaside resort, absolutely gorgeous. And we both come from there, so you got 2 for the price of 1 from Torquay.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
It is. This is really great. And you know where we are? We're in the
Pepper now, which is amazing. Yes. Well, we're going to bring that up in a little bit, not just yet, because
this is where Elvis... Sorry.
see, he shoots his mouth off.
Sorry, go on.
It's all right. No, it's all right. No, he's going to let the cat out of the bag.
No, I didn't. I didn't say a word. This is not where Elvis used to hang out on his couch. What? What are you trying to say?
What am I going to do with it?
I know, I'm sorry.
We have a fabulous couple coming on. They're actually very, very well known in Vegas, and probably I would like to say all over the world. Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host, and we have Steph and Rock with us. They are absolutely amazing in this town. And obviously, you can tell they are in the music business. They just don't carry these things around with them. They actually play them. They're amazing. You've got a special song that you both want to play in this particular booth, so take it away.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't tell, falling in love with you.
Tell us, would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you?
Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be.
Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be.
Take my hand, take my whole sing as well. So we had a
Surprise!
Yeah, that was a beautiful surprise. It's funny, but when you both sing, you truly sing in love with each other, and it just shows so much. The way he kind of gives you that little look, and you're flirting. You're still flirting with him. How long have you two been together?
3 years.
3 years. No wonder they're still flirting. It's their newlyweds. Are you weds yet?
No.
But the reason, obviously, the reason they sang that song is because this is, we're at the Pepper Mill in Las Vegas, and this is the booth where Elvis Presley spent most of his time when he was actually in the Pepper Mill. So this was very appropriate to sort of bring it back, because this is a man that none of us can forget. I mean, he's always there. I mean, after all these years, and he's always going to be there. And what do you think made him that sort of, you know, that kind of icon? I mean, he just took over the whole music world.
He was such a down-to-earth soul. He was such a good man. He grew up poor,
Yes,
and then he gave it away. Once he had it, he gave it away. You know, that's a great quality.
And that is a great quality, because apparently, and this is just hearsay, but apparently he gave an awful lot of money to a lot of different charities and different people, but never said a word, and he didn't want anything said about this. He wanted this kept very, very quiet. He was a very, very quiet man, but he also had a lot of problems with his hands and a lot of things that kind of, that we never knew about. And I'm not going to talk about them because it's not, you know, not my place to do so. Because we just want to see this man as who he is and how he performed and everything. Let's get down to you two now. When did you two start, you know, in this business? You started obviously before you met each other.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've been in that business longer than 3 years, believe me. Go ahead.
Well, I started in 1976. I was 19.
Okay.
You do the math.
Yes. Do the math out there.
And I started in 82.
They're not old. Old-ish.
I started in 82 and I was 15.
You're
Do the
15.
math.
Well, I started broadcasting when I was 1. So you can make the math there. I've only been doing it a few years. No, I'm 39 and holding, and I'm staying there.
I like it.
Believe me, everybody knows that. So you both started very, very young. And what made you go into the business? Family, or was it just something that you enjoyed? Or
I had an uncle that was a drummer. He was in music, so that got me wanting to be in music.
And did you practice? Were you natural, or what was it?
Well, my dad bought me a guitar down in Tijuana when I was a kid.
Tijuana?
And I love the old music, 50s and 60s music, and 3 chords, and you know, a million songs. So I thought that's what I want to do.
That's what you want to do. And you've been quite successful. And what made you go into it?
I was surrounded by musicians when I was little. They're all folk musicians. It was the 70s, you know. They all sang in church. And so I had my first guitar when I was 5. And I took lessons. And
why do so many people, I've noticed as a lot of singers, do actually start in a church? A lot of them have that sort of, I don't know if it's because they can practice there or they realize they have a voice there. Whitney Houston?
even people that can't sing sound great at a church.
Well, that's
Churches
true.
have the best acoustics. They do.
They make everybody
sound
well,
great.
wait a second. They make everybody sound good and feel good and are good.
There you
I
go.
think
There you
that's
go.
the kind of the message there.
That's
so
right.
that's why they all succeed there. But I notice a lot of them do that. They seem to come from there into a choir or singing as a solo or whatever it is, and then come out into the world of Vegas. Have you both always been in Vegas?
No, we both came from California.
California, what part?
I was born in Inglewood, went to school in Torrance.
Oh, I know Inglewood well.
Yeah.
Very well, yes. And
Laker fan, are you?
No, I'm not a Laker fan, but I used to have a TV show called Voices of Tomorrow, which I used to give the younger generation a voice in society, and I had a TV show for 16 years. So I had children all over. I knew every single school in Los Angeles, but I always went into the poor areas because I wanted to give those children a chance. And I wanted to let them know that you didn't have to have anything particular to be something or be somebody. And I think you two will probably know that. You don't have to be anybody. You don't have to have money. It doesn't matter the color of the skin. It doesn't matter the religion you're in. It doesn't matter as a child. You've got that same opportunity, and I wanted to give them that opportunity. And I did.
You also had a Carson connection too, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And Kansas City?
Kansas City. Kansas City owned a hotel.
I've been doing research on you.
Stalking is more like it, but
Stalking me. That's funny. I did. My husband and I actually owned a hotel in Kansas City.
Is that right?
Yes, we did. It was actually an old Hilton hotel, and it overlooked the airport, the old airport in Kansas City. But back to you. So where do you play now? What are you doing now, both of you?
Good,
You're a very good team together. So.
well, we play all over. We play every Tuesday and Wednesday at the Gold Strike Casino in Gene, Nevada. And for everything else, you could just go to our website, which is stephanrock.com, and go to the schedule, and there's a calendar. There's a calendar and maps and everything, so you can always find out where we're going to be. We play anywhere from 3 to 6 times a week.
So you're kept pretty busy.
We stay pretty busy.
Yeah, you're kept pretty, which is unusual because I've only been in Vegas 3 years, and I've been watching the music people and what's going on and what's happening. And I've been very disappointed because I've seen a lot of them don't work, and a lot of them don't get out there. What's that reason? Because this is the city where it is happening. This is where it kind of starts. This is like the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah. Well, in the old days, I used to hate disco because that took away a lot of gigs for the bands. Now it's the DJ thing, and I have nothing against DJs, but we're losing a lot of,
And karaoke, a lot of
And
bars do
karaoke.
karaoke every Friday night or every Saturday night,
Yeah.
which I don't blame them. It brings people in. Everybody's.
Well, I guess they've got to find a way, and I guess out there you have to find a new way where to make a living. They've got these establishments, and they have to get people in there. And so the bands, I've been to a couple of places in town, and they've been really good. But I guess you've got to try to get them in different ways.
Yeah. Well, see, there's a lot of bands in town that they can't play because there's not a lot of venues for bands now. So that's why we're doing mostly a duet. There's a lot of bands that the lead singers ended up doing solo gigs because there's more room, there's more work for singles and duets in town.
Well, Vegas is like no other town as far
I
as being a
agree with
musician.
that.
As far as being a musician, because if you're a bar act, you're competing with the poker machines. The poker machines are what pay the bills.
Yes.
So they don't care if you bring in 100 people that drink. If you bring in 5 people that gamble, that's better.
That's what they want.
Right, because that's how they pay their bills.
And it's still that way because I've noticed also that the gambling hasn't gone down, but it's not as what it used to be. They don't have the great big gamblers, or middle class or whatever you want to call them, because they seem to have a lot of parties now. They seem to have a lot of nightclubs, and they have. I was saying last week that they've got tables. You can buy a table for $25,000 just for the evening. I'm like, where did that come from? That was like crazy. But that's how it is, and so it's sort of, it's changed a bit. And you two, to keep yourselves busy, have gone with the change.
Right.
And that's what you have to do.
Exactly.
And I'm always hustling. I'm always looking for work. Always. I'm constantly
And how
on my
do you-
phone and calling people and texting.
How do I don't want to give her secret away of how she gets the work, but how do you get it?
Well,
Well, that's Vegas. That's Vegas. That is Vegas.
Yeah. You know what?
Go out, hang out there.
I'm sorry.
I'm a pest.
She's bad.
I'm a pest. That's how I get the work. I'm a pest.
You're a pest.
Yeah. And they let us play one
But
time.
you seem
and,
to be a nice pest.
well, but then we
You
always
seem-
get asked back. It's just that getting that first,
It's getting that first
yeah.
in there.
And if you don't have a real slick video, that's a problem too.
What has ever been, both of you, what has ever been your worst moments or worst thing that's ever happened to you performing? If you've ever had one. Obviously,
really
it doesn't seem that they've ever had one.
No.
You've never had
we've
that
been
happen
real
to
lucky.
you.
We've had mostly good moments.
You've had good moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because do you practice a lot and are you in tune together? You've only been together 3 years, so
Yeah.
before you did a lot of stuff. Were you in any big bands?
No, she did the Hollywood scene though. She did the
it was
Whiskey
not-
Go Go.
Whiskey Go Go?
The Whiskey, the Roxy,
Yeah,
yeah.
right on the corner there of what is it?
Sunset
and Doheny.
something. Yeah,
Sunset
okay.
and Doheny.
It's been a while. I don't remember.
Well, I lived there for
Oh,
many,
okay.
many years. So. But that's not as good for the music business, is it, Los Angeles, as it is here? Or is it? Because it seems that people here want to go to Los Angeles because they think it's better there. Then they get there and they want to come back here. and think
It's hard
better
no
here.
matter where you go. It's hard no matter where you go.
What about
Even-
New
it's
York?
hard.
New York? Any,
I can't say because I've never
you
tried there.
Never
so.
tried that. But there are.
Austin's good music town.
So there's a
You
lot
know,
of-
you know what we've noticed, that we're older. That's kind of a negative for us as far as getting work. But there's no
How about that?
there's no music agents in town unless they're for the bigger acts like Zoe Bowie and stuff. But there's no. I want a Colonel Tom Parker, so she doesn't have to do the work all
So
the time.
you don't. So you two don't have an agent.
No, I
Right.
do all
She
the
does
booking
everything.
myself.
And the reason you don't have an agent is because there is not an agent in town. Did you hear that
Well,
out there?
there-
There should be agents in town in Vegas. I mean, whether you're big or small or whatever you are.
Right.
You've got people here that can
They all
actually
want
get
you to
work.
have a super high quality, expensive package, and if you're just a working bar band, you don't have that.
Oh, of course not. You've got to, you're sort of. I'm not saying you're struggling because you two don't look as if you're struggling.
No, we're doing
You look
fine.
as if you're doing very, very well, and you're very happy with the whole thing.
Yeah.
What message? And I always like this. What message would you like to give to the younger generation who are in the music business and how they can proceed or get to the next place?
Well, I think if you're truly a musician, it's all you're ever going to want to do. So don't quit. Just keep trying, because that's the only way you're going to be happy, is if you keep doing what you love.
Eventually you're going to make it. And I think persistence, I think practice, knowing a lot of people, do what Stefan does. Just go out there. Just go out there. And don't forget, this is there. Is this CD out?
Yes.
This is out. So don't forget to go to their website. Where's your website?
www.stefanrock.com.
There you go. It's very, very easy. StefanRock.com. Very simple. Very easy. Check them out and see what they are. Thank you so much. You've been absolutely amazing.
Thank you,
I love
Ninon.
you. I love you. You're great. And you're not too old. They are not too old. Believe me. We'll be right back.
Play something?
That was cool.
Yeah, play
Thanks.
something. You can play
Okay, yeah, go
Play
ahead.
something. Yeah.
What's
Play
the,
something
what
to
song
let
are
it
you going
out.
to do?
We didn't have a second one. What do you want to do?
Whatever you think.
Another Elvis.
Another Elvis.
Go out with Elvis. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Let her intro you. Tell her the names.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to exit with another Elvis song since we're in the Elvis booth, and they're going to surprise me which one they're going to play. They're not telling me. I don't know why, but they're not telling me. Go for it. Let's
Either
do
way,
it.
don't be cruel.
Oh!
You know I can't be found sitting home all alone. If you can't come around, at least please telephone. Don't be cruel to us, it's true. Baby, if I made you mad, something I might have said, please let's forget the past. Future's bright ahead. Don't be cruel to us, it's true. I don't want no other love. Baby, it's just you I'm thinking of. Don't be cruel to us, it's true. Don't be cruel to us, it's true. Ready, baby? I don't want no other love. Baby, it's just you I'm thinking of.
Isn't that amazing? Thank you both very much, Steph.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Rob, thank you. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm your host, and we have an incredible guest. We have David Tupaz. He has a couture line that he has kind of created in Las Vegas, which is kind of, I'm not going to say it's new to Vegas because it's not new. Obviously, the couture line isn't. But trying to bring the couture line into Vegas is very, very difficult. David, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm so honored to have you. I'm
fabulous.
so honored to have you on my show.
Oh, thank
Because
you.
if you saw his
I'm
career
honored to
like
be
that-
here.
So we're both honored. We're both having a great time. But this is amazing what you've actually created. And I met you, I think, about 3 years ago with Michelle Davis, and you were on the show then. You were kind of not starting out, but I think you were a little bit starting out then, as of being in Vegas. Correct?
Yes, I just moved here in 2010,
Oh,
so I'm 5 years old. So when I met you 3 years ago, I practically am so new.
you were very new, and you were like treading softly. But then I saw this incredible photograph of this dress you had made, and I believe it was for Mrs. Wynne. I'm not sure, but it had all these petals all over it. It was like an off-white dress. All in
Oh yes,
chiffon.
yes, it was for Andrea Wynn.
Andrea Wynne. Oh, Andrea Wynne.
Andrea.
It was absolutely gorgeous, this dress. And I'm like thinking, oh, I'd love to wear that dress. But you've gone a little bit onto the Audrey Hepburn line.
Well, there's so many designers in the United States, and you know, design aesthetics are very important for a designer.
Cocktails, please, cocktails.
Because you know that's how your brand and that's how you as a designer gets identified, you know, with a certain look, with a certain style. What I'm trying to do is trying to bring elegance back,
Yes, I've seen.
because you know, and the epitome of elegance and you know in history is old Hollywood.
That's what it, yeah,
You
with
know,
the
I
Audrey
mean,
Hepburns and
the
all
Audrey
the great stuff.
Hepburns and the Grace
Marilyn Monroe's
Kellys,
and the Grace
I mean,
Kellys.
they were those were
The epitome.
the epitome of style, and women during those days were very much
But they
respected.
dressed. They dressed.
Yeah, there's
they-
always that dignified grace.
But also, in those days, the men really respected them. I mean, you would have the car door open. You'd have, you know, they would never do anything unless the lady...
and not only that, you don't see a bad picture of Audrey Hepburn.
Never, never.
I mean, now, for some reason, I don't know, the world has changed that, you know, I mean, the paparazzi would rather see the ugly part of a human being.
Than the pretty part.
You know, and they you know, and so beware, you know, when all these big stars are wearing skirts, they try to take pictures if they're wearing underwear or not. I
Yeah,
mean,
they want to take the picture of the underwear, not the skirt.
it's amazing. It's a whole different genre.
I think it's what sells. I think what they're going out there, the media is going out there, is what sells. And I personally don't think that sells because that's not what I like. But then a lot of people seem to like that. I don't.
Well, I think we have an obsession for scandal.
We do, don't we?
For some reason, the American public or this particular generation has some sort of, it has become sort of a religion.
It does.
You know, scandal, you know, whether it's
The worst it
politics,
can be,
whether it's,
And it doesn't, it can be the police, it can be
Could be
politics,
anything.
anything at all. It can be scandalous. And especially in Vegas, they like to sort of really get some dirty stuff going.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why. Do we always have to do this? I mean, wouldn't it be nice to talk about the positive things in life?
Well, I'm going to
There's
go...
so much negativity
I'm
already.
going to go on to what you're doing, which is positive in life. What David has done, David has got involved in the university here in Vegas, and you've got involved in the design department there. And I believe it's the last Friday of every month. You have 2 or 3 designers from the university, and they come to your studio. He's got the most magnificent studio up on Valley View. It's a fabulous off Russell and Topanga at Topacana. And you've got the runway, you've got the lights, absolutely gorgeous. And you're giving these young girls, which is what, they're 18, 20, 22,
Well, they're practically starting out in life who wants a design talent.
Yes, but you're giving them this incredible opportunity. I've never seen that as the way you do it. Why did you start that?
Well, Vegas is not known for fashion.
No.
I mean, we have retail. But, you know, when you talk about fashion as an industry in the United States, it's either New York or Los Angeles.
Yes.
You know, I mean, the great designers are in New York. You know, it's always New York, New York, New York, New York, or L.A., Hollywood, Hollywood.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me,
Vegas, never.
Las Vegas is the last frontier. It is the last glamorous city in America with the same notoriety as New York and L.A. that hasn't been tapped yet.
And I agree with you. And yet there's so many incredible hotels. There's functions you can go to. There's shows you can go to. Even the dining rooms are incredible. They're beautiful.
And that's what I told the city council when, you know, I tried to legitimize, well, I did legitimize my organization, which is a non-profit organization I founded in 2011,
What's the
which
name of
is
it?
the Las Vegas Fashion Design Council. And what it does is that it helps all these creative kids, especially those who doesn't come from money,
No.
to be trained in the fashion industry.
Oh, I've seen what you
know?
do, and you have that. It's a really proper. It's like a New York fashion show.
Exactly. Well,
It's a-
that was my background. You know, I mean, I'm the only established designer in town that represents us in every major fashion week in the country.
and you
There's
do.
no other designer doing that
in Vegas.
in Vegas or in Nevada as a
Or in
whole.
Nevada,
Exactly, completely. Not-
Nobody has. So you're the
I'm
only
the only one doing it.
Well, so if any time you want any high fashion, go to David Tupaz. Look him up. on
That's why when
Facebook.
I did New York Fashion Week for the very first time, they put me in the front page of every fashion publication. And the headline goes, Vegas in New York with a big question mark.
Yeah, what's it doing?
Well, because they think that probably there is this designer from Vegas who's going to show showgirl costumes.
No, you don't do
or
that.
feathers
He
and
doesn't do that.
sequins and
Nothing.
bling.
You don't
All
do
of them
any
were, I mean, I'm talking about 800 people in the audience with 400 press from all over the world with their cameras and zoom lenses
They wanna know,
waiting. They're
who is
waiting.
David?
What is this
What?
Vegas designer going to come up with?
Well, you have. I mean, but you to open it slowly. You haven't sort of gone flying into it. You've done
No,
it
but
very,
when they
very
saw
slowly.
it and what I showed was old Hollywood,
Yes, you did.
which is what Las Vegas is all about. You know, old Hollywood came to Vegas.
Well, where do you think we are right now? We're at the Pepper Mill.
Exactly.
We're actually sitting in Elvis Presley's booth. He sat here all the time. Pepper Mill has been in Las Vegas for years and years and years. And thank you, Pepper Mill, for letting us shoot what we're doing here. It's amazing. They've
It's
given this.
fabulous,
And this
I think.
actually is part of the old, which is what you're talking about.
It's
And
an
it kind of brings
institution.
it is an institution. And they it's bringing it all together, which is absolutely amazing because that's what Vegas is.
Yeah.
And but what are you planning now? I know that there's one big thing he's brought out. It's absolutely amazing. Do we have enough magazines? No.
Magazines that focus on us, not
Yes.
from outside Las Vegas.
And the name of your magazine?
It's called Le Vague.
Le Vague.
Le Vague, it's spelled L' and Vague is V-E-G-U-E. Well, a lot of people think it's Vogue because Vogue is V-O-G-U-E, right?
That's correct.
But in my magazine is different in the sense that I invented the title. Le Vague is a slang for Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah, and I love that because it looks like Las Vegas, but it also does look like Vogue.
Vogue,
I have to say
exactly.
that. You kind of, when you look at it, you go, wait a second, what is this? But it's very, very high-class magazine. It's coming out, what, every quarter?
It's every quarter. Our next issue, I mean, I'm doing the following issue we're printing. You have to be in the magazine. I have to do a feature about it.
See what happens? This is Vegas. This is what happens in Vegas. And everybody helps everybody.
I think that's the most important thing.
And I think if you're legit and if you're honourable as to where you're going and what you're doing, because there's so many people in Vegas, unfortunately, that come and go very fast.
Well, and there's a
You
lot of
stay.
people in Vegas that do this.
Yeah, there are a lot
But
of
then
people.
there's no result, there's no nothing. You don't see anything.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens,
No,
exactly.
when nothing happens, you can't be there because there's nothing happening. But I think with people like us that actually do something, and as you know, I've only been in the town 3 years, and I've been creating shows, and now I've got this show, which I absolutely adore. And of course, my ambassador, who is he's like my Ed McMahon, which is Lenny Windsor, and he's going to be coming on a little bit. He's back there. He was on earlier, but he's also from England, so we're kind of bringing the British troops in.
But I told you it's British invasion.
British invasion. So what is your next move? By the way, how's the magazine going?
The magazine is great. Our next issue is really going to be like more. It's a holiday issue.
Yeah.
So my front cover, who's also a client and a very good friend of mine, is Audra Baldwin.
Oh, sure, no.
Yes, Audra Baldwin is the wife of Bobby Baldwin, who's the CEO.
Can I come in?
Yeah, come
darling.
in right here. Come on.
Lenny.
Oh, this is typical Lenny, and Lenny is allowed to come in and out of my show any time. Lenny Windsor. Isn't he amazing? Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, I love my kisses. Love my kisses.
Yes, you are amazing.
Well, and
Isn't
finally,
he
you know, between two English people, I become English myself.
Yes.
So probably we have to talk about the accent.
The accent. We've got to change your accent.
No, I can't be Filipino.
I love the Philippines.
Maybe we should.
I love the
No, wait a
Philippines.
second. Maybe we should be Filipino. Do I look Filipino?
Yes, you do. I look English.
Very, very, oh, yeah. It's lovely. He's a big comedian in town now. You know him.
Well, of course.
Well, no, I'm a
Well,
fat
Lenny is an
comedian in
institution.
town. What?
You're an institution in this.
I'm an
Yes.
institution,
Yes,
bless your
yes.
heart. And so are you. I've spent many a time at your place. It's what a great venue, because you used to do a shoot there.
Yes, I used to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done some
Great.
shoots there and everything.
Great.
It is a fabulous place. But what I love about David's place is it's legit. It actually has the runway. It actually has the lights.
Yeah.
It actually has all the ambience. And then you've also got all the cameras. And you seem to have an awful lot of press come to all your shows, and that's amazing. I think they it's kind of such a culture thing you do that they want to be part of that.
Well, it's in any industry, you know. Of course, I am talking in behalf of my industry, which is fashion. But you know, in any industry, I think the only thing we can do for each other is support one another.
Absolutely.
You know, and I always say that, especially to this younger generation of kids that doesn't hear it. You know, there's a lot of people in this generation that doesn't hear the kind of wisdom we did
Yes.
here
Well,
when we
yes.
were young.
Yeah, when we were young, we were brought up
Yes,
in England.
you know, I mean, and it's amazing that, you know, I grew up in a culture of it's what you can give.
Yes.
And it's not what you can get. That's the culture I grew up in.
And that's the difference.
Exactly.
Because you're always out there to give. On that, this gentleman, my Lenny here, look at the way he's dressed.
I'm her Lenny.
My Lenny, this is my Lenny. Look at the way he's dressed, typical English, but he's dressed. He doesn't have jeans on, he's you know, dressed for the part. Isn't that amazing?
Well,
This is my battle dress.
Well, it's
Yes,
the
the
English
way armor.
aesthetic.
That's his
I mean,
British armor.
this is my brand. I mean,
Yes.
and the,
He's a gentleman.
Yeah, I
And
know.
that's how it's,
Yes.
right?
That's how you
In
conduct
England,
yourself.
that's how you...
But the American guys, they're great. I love America, of course I do. But they make fun of me because I'm always in a suit, and they're in shorts and flip-flops, and I can't
I
do
think
that.
they make fun because they're embarrassed because they're not dressed up.
Well,
and they
I-
want to be dressed up
I
because
couldn't.
you look so great.
Couldn't.
But if you were in New York a little different. New York would be more dressed up, especially, you know, Wall Street and around
I'd still
there.
be in a suit, of course.
Of course you would.
Oh no, there's certain areas in Vegas that people get dressed.
Yes, and I
You know,
love
I don't
that.
know.
Sure,
It seems
sure.
to be an invisible reality to.
Invisible, though.
But you know, there's a lot of people, like a little probably areas that you know, that like in Summerlin, I see people who are
Yes,
dressed.
some of them that they're quite dressed.
Yeah.
But then I was up there at one of the famous cafes up there the other Sunday or something, and everybody was in flip-flops and shorts. And I know it was Sunday, but I thought, well, couldn't you have nice flip-flops on, nice shorts on? I don't know. I always said, do people really go to a store to find the worst clothes?
Well, you know, there's a difference between fashion and style.
Big difference.
They're not the same.
So what's the difference?
The difference is, let me give you kind of like an analogy of this. Fashion is what you buy.
Yes.
Style is what you do with it.
Excellent.
Oh, I
Excellent.
love
Excellent.
that. How you wear it.
Exactly. How you wear what you bought.
How you
How you
wear
mix
what-
it with something else. You know what I'm saying? Style is what you do with what you bought.
Yes. And you don't
It has
have to
nothing
have,
to do with
and
fashion.
it has nothing to do with money either,
No.
because you can mix everything up together.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be expensive, but it's what you choose. It's what you choose, what you want, and how you put it together.
Exactly.
The little necklace, the earrings, little things.
In where I come from in England, as Ninon said, we both come from the same town. Just outside of Torquay, where I'm from, there's a place called Totnes, and that's where I was born. And I was known as the Totnes Monster. Get it? Anyway,
Still is.
that was a joke. There's a company there called Revival, and they sell old clothes, but
So
old
vintage.
vintage.
Exactly.
People go in there and come out looking like mega
$1 million.
stars.
Yeah.
Because they've got this, and this, and that's, you've just said it.
Absolutely.
You create that.
You create that.
Yeah.
On that, we've come to the end of this section. What would you like to say to help the younger generation out there in fashion? What would you like to say to them?
Well, you know, I always believe that you have to pursue your dreams.
Yes.
Because I think there's so many designers and artists. It's not just fashion, you know, but artists and artisans, musicians, and everybody else, you know, in the creative industry. And I always say this: if you are only an artist or a musician or a performer here and not here, it's very hard for you to be successful. It has to come from here.
Isn't that amazing? Well, from that, it has to come from the heart. So I'm going to come from the heart, and thank you very much.
Thank
David,
you for having me.
Lenny.
Thank you,
was
Lenny.
amazing.
You're wonderful. I
And
love
we shall be
working
right
with
back with Vegas Live with Ninon in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host, and we have an incredible, another actually lady in fashion in Las Vegas. What's going on with Las Vegas? It's getting all this fashion stuff going. We have Debbie Landry with us, and you're starting a whole new thing in fashion.
I am. Pret-a-Porter Las Vegas is this
Porter
weekend.
Las Vegas means
It's French for ready to wear.
ready to.
New fashion
How doesn't
concept.
that sound so much nicer than ready to wear?
I know, doesn't it? Yeah. I actually, when we chose the name, I was a little hesitant because I thought they're going to call it Porter, and we've heard that,
Yes.
and they're not going to say it right, and you know, do we need to put the meaning up there? So we just included that in the logo.
But it doesn't matter because it makes a conversation piece.
Sure.
And when something makes
Sure,
a
it has
conversation
to.
piece,
It
then
has.
people get more interested.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden they come out with their fluent French.
Yeah, brings out
And
the
laughs
French
it
in
up.
everybody.
And
Brings
laughs
it
it
out
up.
in everybody, that's
It
for
does,
sure.
It does.
But yes, it's a new fashion show concept that is going on this weekend at the Rio Hotel in the Pavilion.
The
back in
Rio
Convention
Hotel
Center.
in the Pavilion in Las Vegas, because don't forget we are in Las Vegas.
Yes, we are in
This
Las
goes
Vegas.
on the website. All this is kind of internet and website and everything like that. So when we have to mention Vegas, Las
Right.
Vegas. Otherwise, people don't know where we are. We could be in Alaska.
Right.
This doesn't really look like Alaska, though, does it?
No.
We're at the Peppermill, Las
Exactly.
Vegas.
Elvis'
Amazing. This is Elvis' booth.
Yeah, Elvis is
It's amazing.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so you're
I
sitting
feel
in-
honored to sit here.
Pep is sitting at Elvis.
I feel honored.
Is it the hot seat?
It's the hot seat,
It's
truly,
the hot
truly,
seat.
truly.
So now, what fashions are you doing? Because we have different fashions. We have children. We have teenagers. We have, you know.
Well,
What are you doing?
we're not focusing this show. This is our first event. We're not focusing it on children. We may have that opportunity to do that, you know, down the road with another show. But you just had David Tupaz on, and he's just amazing. He's he's amazing. He mentioned the Las Vegas Fashion Design Council, which
Yes.
he founded.
Yes.
And his designers, there's quite a few of them that are going to be in our show this weekend.
Oh, how
So
wonderful. So you're intermingling with each
we're
other.
intermingling. We've been doing some things together. We're going to do more things together. So what we're allowing now is to give them a platform to show, to have a runway
So
show.
this is
because
your first one,
it's our first one.
and now you're doing it in a hotel, not in David's salon, which
No,
is
we
got
just
a couture place.
Yeah, he's got a couture studio, but it's small.
Yes.
And we want to have, you know, we just want to have as many fashionistas out there, you know, here in town, across the, you know,
And then you've got
Southwest,
the audience
across
already.
the country.
Well, yes, but you've also got the people in the hotel that will come to the show, hopefully.
Sure.
So that'll all happen. Is this your first one?
Yes, it's the first show.
This is the
It's the first
one.
event.
The first one is always the hardest.
It's hard. It's
Got
been
all that
it's
stuff.
yes, it's been interesting.
Yeah.
But it's also been very fun because this absolutely is a lifelong goal and dream for me to be doing be doing what
In
I'm
the
doing with
fashion.
this fashion show, because what I always wanted to do is what David's doing. I wanted to be a fashion designer.
When she was younger, she used to draw.
I did.
She used to do sketches of clothes and
Yes.
different things. So she's
Yes.
had this dream for some time
For a
right
long
now.
time.
And now she's trying to, and now it's come to fruition. And now
Yes.
she's out there. She's got this whole thing going on.
Right.
Are you a little? You don't seem nervous.
I think I just left a show meeting to come over here, so, we have a lot going on, and I think because we have so many intricate moving parts to this, that it's just, it probably hasn't really hit me yet.
Not yet. It's going to
I'm sure Friday night on the red carpet, Friday night
I'm
with
going to
the
be on the
VIP
red carpet,
event.
by
Yes,
the
you
way.
will.
I'm going to be there.
Yes, you
What
will.
time is this? From 6? What?
The VIP Friday night cocktail is 7 to 9.
7 to 9.
And that's for invited guests, as well as anyone that holds an entire weekend fashionista pass for shows on Saturday, Sunday, but they're also invited to the Friday night show as
Well,
well.
I'm going to come and walk the red carpet for
Yes,
you,
you
and
are.
I'm going to also bring Lenny Windsor with me.
Oh, perfect.
And
Perfect.
There's another young lady I think we're going to bring, so
Oh,
you're going to have
beautiful.
fun. We're going to do all that. And
Oh, we'll have all that British representation on the red
yes,
carpet. I love it.
absolutely. And then before that, I'm doing another red carpet at the Silverstone. It's about a movie. It's a new movie,
Oh.
a new faith movie, which I'm actually interviewing people on. So I'm going to do that
wonderful.
first and then come over to you. So we've got a busy time coming up. That is what Vegas is like, though, isn't it?
Yes, always something to go and see and do here. Always.
It is like 24 hours a day.
Yes. Well, this is 24-hour town.
It's a 24-hour town. Now, you're talking about your fashions. Are you going more into the older fashion? Because you did mention something to me before about the 55 and up.
Well, our fashion, as I said, we're not focusing on children for this
No.
particular event. Down the road, yes, we would definitely want to do that. Our fashion is retail. So while David's talking about couture, our show will not feature couture.
No.
Couture is more for
So
the
high-end.
LA and New York fashion weeks.
Yes, it is, yes.
They're forecasted collections out into the next season. What we're doing, ready to wear, means what's in the stores right now. So we have White House Black Market, we have Ecochi, we have JCPenney,
Oh,
we
these
have
are the high ends.
Marshalls.
These are all the
we-
ones I love.
Yes, exactly. But this is what we're doing. This is why we're doing what we're doing, because these are stores that we all shop in every day, and they're affordable. Couture is not that way.
No, it's not. No,
No.
It's the high end. But then it's also for a special event.
Sure.
Which there's a lot of people out there that cannot afford that. But when they have a special event, it could be a wedding, it could be whatever, a shower, whatever it is, it could be.
Right.
They will splurge and they will
Sure.
and they will
Sure.
spend that money.
Sure.
But at the same time, so you're actually also you're going to the woman that's actually the businesswoman in Vegas.
Well,
so there's a lot of business people
Absolutely.
happening in
Yes,
in
I mean,
Vegas.
when you look at stores like JCPenney, White House Black Market, Ecochi, those are stores that do represent the businesswoman here in town, as well as the glam, as well as the weekend attire. So the point of our show is to get the fashionista out there
It's got
that
a
enjoys
variety.
fashion. Come and see a variety of clothing, a variety of stores, get to know some stores that maybe you've never heard of before that will become part of your radar. And our other reason for doing this is that we want to help drive traffic into these stores, into these retailers.
Into the retail. So you're actually
Absolutely.
advertising, you're having all these retailers come in, show
Yes.
off their clothes.
We're
and everything.
completely full.
Now, how hard was it getting models here? Because I know that's pretty tough. As much as we have all the showgirls here, we have everybody here, trying to find models is quite hard.
They came from different points. We have the Model Factory here, which has been a big help. We got some models from them. We've got them from different sources, not any one particular place. I just mentioned them because they've been very helpful. They too have a runway inside of their location, so they've been very helpful in regards to that too. But they kind of have come from a lot of different sources and a lot of great kids, a lot of great adults. Just really, I'm looking forward to seeing
So
them out there
are
do
you
their thing.
telling me that Vegas is really getting ready for this fashion to start sort of, getting themselves together? Because it used to be very fashionable in Vegas. Many years ago, you would dress up for, to go to dinner and then we'd. So now you're kind of creating that and bringing that back in again.
I would
Dress
like
up
to see
ladies.
that. I would like to see that, just like David talked about.
Yeah.
The country, I think, as a whole, you don't see it so much in the UK because people still
we still dress there.
They wear their
We still
fascinators
regardless.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think in this country, and this is again my opinion, is that we've gotten a tad sloppy in this country.
Tad sloppy.
Well,
She's
I'm
putting
trying
it
to be
mildly.
nice. I'm trying to be
You
nice.
walked down Vegas Boulevard. Holy
Yes,
moly.
you see a lot of interesting things on the street, in the hotels, restaurants. You know, my husband and I will go to, you know, let's say Celine's show, and we dress up in, you know, not tuxes and whatever,
No,
but
you
we go
dress.
in nice business attire,
Yeah.
you know, similar to what we've
Yes,
got on,
yeah.
and, you know, there'll be somebody sitting next to me, look like they just rolled out of their hotel bed, and here they are.
By the way, I have to
So-
say something. I'm not knocking it because I think to each their own to whatever people like, and I'm really, truly not knocking it. And I think
No.
if that's how a lot of people want
Right.
to dress like that, I think
Right.
it's fine. But I also think it's so beautiful when the women start dressing up, when you start dressing up and doing it, making yourself look cool and looking good, guess what the men do?
Yeah.
They suddenly they look at they think, wait a second, I better put some trousers on. I better get rid of these sneakers. I better, you know, and then they like it. One
Right.
of the greatest things is when you are dressed up, how great you feel. Well, I
Exactly.
know I feel good.
Exactly.
Maybe they don't feel good. I don't know.
Exactly.
But anyway.
Yeah, and my husband, I mean, he'll say things like, you know, I'll get dressed up to go out for a meeting or whatever I'm doing, and he'll say,
Where are you going?
I don't think I'm letting you leave the house today. I think you need to stay here with me. So, yeah, but it's true.
Little jealousy going on there?
You do feel good. I
You
know
feel
I
great.
do when I put a face on and I get ready and I get, you know, excited to go somewhere. I know I feel better about it too.
I'm so used to it because I always dress up and I always do that. I've always done that all my life. But it's sort of, you know, when you sort of start it, you've got the no makeup and the hair's all over the place. And
Right.
you think, what am I going to wear? And then it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You put it all together and then you look in the mirror and say, hey, that's not bad. That's
Right,
okay.
right.
And
I
then
look
you
good.
and then you go out there, but the compliments you get. That is one of the greatest
Yes.
things out there.
Yes.
When you start, hey, and people will stop you on the
Yes,
street,
they will.
and many of them
Yes,
do
they
in
will.
this town.
They
They stop
do.
and say, wow, don't you look great?
Right.
Does that not make you feel good?
Or especially I get a lot with my hair color.
Oh, well,
A lot
I
with
love
my
it.
hair
Look at her
color,
Bright
and
red.
you know, people will say, "I love your dress," but I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a lovely gal over here, and she's got a great pair of shoes on. I like to steal from her. So
You got the same size foot or what?
Probably not.
You took about,
Probably not.
Yeah, you took about Christine Barr. I know who it is. And she's got this incredible figure. She always wears gorgeous shoes.
Uh-huh.
She's a fashion model herself. She
Yeah.
always looks fabulous.
Yeah, she looks
And of course, you know who her father is? Her father is the ballroom champion of the world.
That's amazing.
I know, isn't that amazing? He's coming on the show, I think
Oh.
the 24th. I'm having a whole bunch of people on the 24th, and I think you're coming. And anybody who's in show business or anybody would like to be interviewed, come down to the Peppermill on November the 24th from 2 to 4 o'clock. We're going to have everybody here.
that's
and
great.
however many I can interview, I will do the best I can. Believe me, I will.
And how many you can get on this couch?
Yeah,
at one
however
time?
many I don't know. I got them all on. We'll scram them all on. Lenny and I will get them all on. Believe me, we will.
Exactly.
So now your event on Saturday, Saturday.
Saturday, Sunday are the runway shows.
Saturday.
So we have a
you got
morning
Friday,
show.
They've got Friday
VIP.
night is the VIP.
Right.
Saturday is the runway. Sunday is the runway. What time
Right.
is your runway on
The
Saturday?
runways on Saturday and Sunday are 10 to 1 and then 3 to 6 with
Wow.
finales on both days. And
Oh,
those
how,
are-
that's,
those
those,
are
this is
surprises.
big. This is a big
Yes.
thing going on here.
Well, it's
This
a
is
big
pretty,
thing.
yeah.
That's why it's been a little. That's why I'm not yet. I don't think to that point of realizing it's here because
here.
there's just
Believe
so
it's
much.
here.
Yeah,
It's
it is here.
here.
It is here. This
It's a
Saturday and
couple of
Sunday.
days.
This Saturday, Sunday. So
So it's at the
can-
Rio. So we'll see you down at the Rio.
Yeah, tickets are on sale.
Debbie, thank you so much. You've been amazing.
Thank you.
I love what you're bringing to Vegas because this is what the show is all about. The show is all about Vegas Live with Ninon, and what we're trying to do is bringing Vegas back again. Whichever arena it may be in, it doesn't matter. It can all come in. And I know this town is really for the music business, but there's other things too. We'll be right back. Getting back to the Rio and this incredible fashion show that's coming up, how can they buy tickets?
Tickets are on sale right now. Visit our website www.readytowearlv.com.
Okay, ready to wear?
Get 'em
LV?
right now. Get 'em while they're hot.
How much are the tickets?
They're $1 million. But for
$1
you,
million.
it's probably free. They actually start at $44 and they go up. If you want the weekend fashionista pass, it's more than that, and that includes the VIP
And
night.
let me
so-
tell you something, this is really, really worth it. If you really want to change yourself a little bit and you want to sort of, upgrade a little bit and just
Get
and
some
see what's
ideas.
going on. There are fashion there that are not expensive. I know because you mentioned a couple of names and I
Right.
know that they aren't expensive.
Right.
And even if they're a little expensive, they also have sales. And I've seen many of them have some fabulous
sales
sales.
tracks.
And they have, what is it, black and white or something? You're having them?
Oh, White House Black
White
Market.
House Black
That's
Market.
terrific
They have
store.
great sales and
Yes.
they're a fabulous store. So,
Right. Yeah, and it's right across the street over
so
there
get
in
your
Fashion Show
tickets.
Mall.
So get your tickets. Ready to wear, LV.com. Welcome back to Vegas Live. I'm Ninon. Of course, we have a fabulous show going down here at the Pepper Mill. This is incredible. We have actually got our studio here, and we're actually in the Elvis Presley booth. So we have the whole thing made, and with me right now I have John, the Voodoo Stick. Where on earth did you get Voodoo Stick from?
Voodoo Stick is a funny name, and
It sure is a funny name.
it's the name of my guitar, and it's what I
Oh.
use to hypnotize everybody.
Well, if I didn't ask, I would never have known. I'm thinking of something out there somewhere, you know, in some mountain you were climbing or something you were doing. Just a guitar.
Just my guitar, that's all.
And does that attract people when you
It does. It's an interesting name, but you got to hang on to them, so you might have to show them something when they get there.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Now, you've been in the business a long time.
I have. I do quite a few things in the business.
You do. I've watched you. You're actually one of our, you do all the camera work, you do all the engineering. He is actually the engineer who puts everything together here for our show, which is Vegas Live with Ninon. And he puts a lot of work into the cameras and the editing and everything. I mean, you name it, baby, he does it. And you sing.
Yes, I do sing, and the reason I'm here to talk to you today is to talk about a new segment that we're going to put on the
Yeah,
show.
we're going to have a segment. I'm going to try and have this every single week, this segment. This show, Vegas Live, is turning into like a variety show. And the reason being it's turning into that is because we bring in so many different agendas for what's going on in Vegas. There's so many different things going on in Vegas that we don't know about. And this is one particular thing we really don't know about. Well, maybe a lot of you visitors out there would like to come and join some of these and these sing-alongs. I'm going to call it a sing. It's not. I think it's called mic something.
It's open mic.
Open mic.
There's quite a few of them around town right now, and a lot of local musicians.
So they've caught on.
Right, correct. There are quite a few. And what I would like to do is bring three open mics per segment to the show, talk about them, and bring some video
so
to the fans.
So what three do you have today for?
Today we have, on Monday nights, we have SLS, which is a open mic for rock musicians, classic rock players, stuff like that.
Now, SLS is one of the very big hotels down here. It's on Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yep. And also, the same exact kind of scene happens at Saddles and Spurs.
Saddles and Spurs, I've been there. That's fabulous.
That's a great local bar.
It's a local place.
And a
really
local
good.
scene. It's pretty neat.
It's fun. And what time do these start?
They usually start about 9 p.m. and they have a sign-up list, and they get some folks up to sing.
Now, when they say open mic, what they're talking about is that you can actually be a singer, or you could not be a singer. It's better if you're a singer, actually, right? That would be better.
Yeah.
It would be better if you could have a voice. In other words, I won't be going up. Though everybody says I have a great voice. I don't know. But anyway, you go up there, you put your name down, and you go up and you sing one song, a couple of songs. You have to put the name of the songs down you're going to sing and everything so they can be ready for you when you come up.
Absolutely.
So it's very organized.
It's quite organized, and usually the guy running the show, you'll see he'll be out there with his little list, and he'll be asking folks questions about what they want to do.
And don't be shy, right? Just go
Absolutely.
there. Doesn't matter. You've got the good ones, you've got the bad ones, and then you've got me.
And then we have one at City Bar, the one that I run, and that's for local indie artists, blues artists, and rock artists. And we try to welcome a lot of the new talent into town and you know, let them bring to the stage what they want to express in their own way. And it's really why I do this. It's for the love of music.
Well, I know you have such a love for music. He has such a love for music. It's amazing. But also, if they come and they've got the band, they've got just themselves, can they bring their band?
They can bring their entire band to our set.
Wow, you can bring your whole band down.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Or my band, the Voodoo Stick Band,
Or they can use your band?
will back you on any rock song you'd like to sing.
So this is a pretty good deal.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
is this the same deal at every place?
Well, that's how I do it at mine.
At yours?
At Saddles and Spurs, they do it with just classic rock. They don't focus too much on any new music coming out, because you got to figure that out on stage.
Yes.
You know, you got to be quick on your feet. You know, so that
This
yeah.
sounds like something.
It's really interesting, and when it comes together, it's magic. It's pure magic.
And has anybody that you know that has actually done this and actually started performing?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, you just had two guests on this show that I am personally responsible for bringing together.
Oh, Rock and Steph?
Yes.
Oh, Rock and Steph, they are amazing. Oh, these two in love. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
They are so in love, these two. They're singing to each other, the Elvis things, all this stuff. Ooh.
They showed up as two separate performers at my open mic, and I mean,
kidding.
the moment Rocky saw her, he was awestruck. and he would not. He was like a puppy dog. He would not leave her side, and he has been in love with her ever since. It's
I know, it's just a beautiful love, because not only are they a love couple, but they are now performed together.
They are magic on stage. You must go see them. Look them up wherever they are tonight, tomorrow.
I think
Go see
they're
them.
bringing a little something a little different into the music industry of being a couple and sort of being in love, and they're bringing that romantic thing back again, that you can look into each other's eyes, you can give each other a kiss, and it's all okay. You know, it's all okay. In front of everybody, it doesn't matter. As somebody said to me, Ninon, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just
So
express
how
yourself.
can they get in touch with you to be able to get this into fruition?
You can go to reverbnation.com/voodoo stick, or you can go to Facebook and find Voodoo Stick, or go to Open Mic on Facebook and you'll find I have a lot of shows posted there.
Okay, Open Mic, Voodoo Stick. What was the other one?
ReverbNation.com.
ReverbNation.com. Oh, that was a difficult one. Don't get me tongue-tied there. Yeah, okay, that's wonderful. So that's
It's going to be great. We're going to have videos of local bands on the show. We'll put some clips together, let you see what's happening with the new artists. I always search for new artists to find people with new songs to bring to the table. I think we're ready to absorb some new stuff as a people, as a nation.
And that's what Vegas Live is all about. It's about bringing these new people in and not letting them by the wayside and giving the opportunity. On that, John, thanks a million.
Thank you so
It's
much,
absolutely
Ninon.
great. Isn't he wonderful?
God bless.
Yeah, thank you so much. Me, Vegas Live with Ninon is moving forward. I've just had some most incredible guests, and of course I've got my ambassador with me.
Lenny Windsor. Windsor speaking.
Windsor speaking. You know, it's so funny. When I call him on the phone or he calls me, he goes, Windsor hair, and I'm going, yes, De Vere hair. And it's just like we've got
It's
this-
really a couple of nutters talking.
we're just two
Windsor
crazy
how,
people.
De Vere how.
Us Brits.
And then we have Victoria. How
What
are
to
you?
say?
And then we've got another Brit.
Yes, we're invading.
They're invading. We're invading. There's 3 Brits here. Where are you from?
Actually, originally I'm from California, but I moved to England when I was 3 because my mother remarried, so I got a cooler accent.
Yeah, you've got that cool accent. Where do you live? London?
In London,
In
or
London.
just outside of London, Essex, which is which I probably shouldn't tell anyone, should I?
No,
Why?
Essex
Because
girl jokes.
Essex girl jokes. It's like the Jersey.
Essex,
it's like
yeah.
the Jersey Shore of England.
No, it isn't. Blackpool.
Alleged-
Blackpool's the Jersey Shore of
Oh,
England.
right, if you were
Yeah, come
speaking
on.
literally.
Yes, literally.
With the
Blackpool.
pier and stuff.
Now, you are a singer. You haven't been here very long.
I am actually. I've been in Las Vegas for 3 years now, but I just haven't been singing. So you could say that I have only been here for about a month or 2.
And you've got this. Is what? Is this the ukulele?
It's my ukulele. I actually
you
bring
actually
it with me
play it?
everywhere
Do
because
you actually play
I
it?
do.
And do you actually sing while you play
I
it?
do.
So maybe we're going to get a song out of that.
That's why I
Let's
bought
see-
it.
Let's try it. All right.
That's why I
what
bring
you
it
gonna-
everywhere.
You
But
don't,
this,
you don't have to sing a long one. What do you think, Nanny?
Yeah, short, for God's sake, I want to go home.
All right.
What? You can go home now if you want.
I've heard her play.
Cradle me, I'll cradle you, I'll win your heart with a southern shades just for your eyes. So we're toothpaste kisses and lies. I'll be yours and you'll be mine.
I'm really turned on now.
Lovely.
That's how I turn on the charm.
You turned the charm.
Very good. No, that's very, very good.
I'll
I
tell you
mean,
one thing, and it's very, very different for Vegas. Very different.
Right, I should be
but you
doing
should
a
definitely-
Born to be Wild
Did
rendition.
you listen to Rock and Stefan, and did you hear what Stefan said? Stefan said she's hitting the streets all the time to get work, and that's how she gets work. I don't know how you're getting work, but maybe...
sounds like a
Which type
sounds
of
like
work
a
are we
hooker
talking about?
hitting the streets.
Stefan with our house she's hitting the streets.
Bless
You
her
probably
heart.
shouldn't say that in Vegas.
Well-
but that's what she goes out there, and she makes sure people see her, and you know.
And that's where I started, and really I'm so glad I did that because it's where I've done most of my networking, where I met Mr. Windsor here. And
Mr. Windsor?
And this beautiful Ninon through Mr. Windsor, it's the British club.
The British club. We're starting our own British club in Vegas.
But I actually took your advice to heart the other day saying you can't be singing everywhere for thieves, you know. So
No.
so that's why I agree with the fact that you need to go and make your presence known. However, as I was talking earlier, my boyfriend said, everyone knows who you are already. And it's true, I've made my mark.
Well, yeah, but it's knowing who you are and actually getting the work.
Exactly.
There's two different
And
things. I
then-
mean, everybody can see you, you know, and see what you do, and pretty girl and beautiful you're tall. And they probably all think, they might think you're a showgirl, not knowing that you have a beautiful voice. So I think this
why I
is
bring
something. Yeah, bring that with you. I think it's
She
you've
brings
got to
a
bring-
midget guitar with her.
I know, isn't it tiny? I
Well,
mean,
it's
it's tiny
well, you
little
got
thing.
that mini guitar, that's what I get on my golf cart. when
Who
I
was the famous singer?
George Formby.
George Formby used to play with this, right?
I used to play that.
You do?
I know,
I'll forgive
did
you.
play.
I used to play this.
Oh, here we go.
I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street.
We're back.
A certain little lady goes by.
This is all
That's
because
how he
this
sounded.
This is all because of Benny Hill, though. That's like Benny Hill as well.
Well, it's not, because that was George Formby. That was an impression of George Formby.
Yeah, but
You should remember him.
Why?
Hello.
Hello, I'm not that old. I'm not
No,
as
you're
old as
right.
you,
No,
so
you're
how could I
right.
remember
No one's
this?
as old as
Let's
me.
clear this thing completely up there.
No one's as old as me.
No.
I gotta tell you, you've got a great innocence about you, so you fooled us all.
Oh,
Anyway,
so how can they get hold of you? How can anybody get hold of you? Do you have a website?
I
you
do.
have
Look
at the camera.
So victoriaheart@me.com. So, and that's heart, H-A-R-T, in case you can't understand my British accent. And yes, I will make sure that any event and party is way better than it was going to be without me.
So there you go. She said it all.
and you've got a great boyfriend. He's a really nice guy.
Yes.
He's swell. He's jelly.
No. And I
He's
love
jelly.
I love all the dresses he wears behind your back.
No, he doesn't.
He might.
He could.
He could.
He
Because
could.
it would be
is
behind
that
my
who-
back.
Wait a second, lady. Is that who I saw?
Leave it. Don't go there.
Don't
Yes.
go there. Oh, don't go there. On that, we're going to close the show. It's been an incredible show. Had an incredible guest, Lenny. You are amazing. Thank you.
I am.
Victoria, thank you so much for
Totally
coming on. We will see you next week at the Peppermill
Goodbye.
Vegas Live with Ninon. We'll be right back
This
next
is
week.